here, 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 here to... Well, do I want another stop up here? Maybe I should. Some of these businesses are shuttering. Why are they shuttered? Well, these guys need workers. We need to build more residential, but maybe they also need a subway. I mean, yeah, we should probably build a subway somewhere out here too. It does seem like a bit of an industrial wasteland, but perhaps a subway could change all that. Yeah, we can drop a subway right here, and then people can walk in to that. That seems fair. Alright, we'll drop the subway. Can I rotate this? No, it's gotta be parallel with the road. Okay, do I have a free tile somewhere where I can drop the subway? Maybe over here, and people can still walk to work. Or maybe right here. That doesn't require any demolition. Perfect. Okay, so now continuing our subway line. Here to here. Here to here. That's quite the long reach. And then here to here. So, does the subway need to be a loop, or can I just go back and forth? It's kind of a weird looking subway. But it is our small city's first subway, so I'll be fine. Okay, Metro Line tool. How does this work? Create new line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots of happy people. I'm assuming it's up and running now. Whoa, unhappy people. Alright, so add stop, yes. And then close that off. I'm assuming our subway is up and running now. Yeah, there's a route. Oh, but it's unidirectional. It doesn't automatically loop back. So how do I... Surely you can loop around. Create new line. Drag stop to move it. It doesn't... Like, subways can just loop back around, right? There's no reason why they can't. It doesn't have to be a ring, does it? I have to complete this back to the start. But can it be along the same tunnel? Oh, okay, good, it can. Okay, line not finished. I must loop back. This looks loopy to me. Is that not looped back properly? That looks like it should loop around. It's doubled up the entire way through. Nice rotating arrows. Or did I accidentally issue them as two separate lines? Alright, is there an easy way to cancel all of our stops? Well, it's definitely upsetting the populace, messing around with the subway loops. Alright, let's delete the routes themselves, because we somehow messed that up. And we'll pause the game while we do that, because I don't have happy faces. How do I get rid of all the loops? Just complete the second line. Okay, we can try to do that. There's a train here already. Maybe it's done. Is there a way that I can check? Well, let's just unpause the game and see if the subways will run. Okay, so there's a subway. It is sitting in the station. Fine. It's moving. Okay, let's pause it, and let's see if it runs the entire route. If it does, then no problem. So drag to add stop. Do some other stuff. Can I go to the underground route? If I check the water, do I get to see that? If I check transit... Okay, let's follow this train. Follow this train. Ooh, it's nice and speedy. It's kind of dizzying, actually. Okay, it just ran through that stop without stopping. Ran through that stop without stopping. Okay, this is not the intended behavior. It's supposed to stop and pick up passengers, and not just from the terminal stations. Okay, it picks up passengers on the way back. This is not really what we want. We'll have to cancel those routes and remake them. Or we can make the subway a complete loop, and then that'll just loop around. But ideally, even if it was a loop, we'd want trains going in both directions. So... let's modify the line. Alright, pause. Modify line. Delete line. Okay, so we know how to delete lines. Ooh, that made people real angry. They love their subway. Alright, Metro. Look at this guy. Now, if I want to delete this line, delete line. Okay, so now we've got trains in the tunnels. Lots of trains in the tunnels, so we've got a nice functioning subway, but we have to make the lines again. Okay, but now we know what's supposed to happen. So, create new line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And complete line. Perfect. That was easy, we just had to know what they wanted. Alright, now let's watch the subways run again. And we can see all sorts of people crowding into the station, that's pretty awesome. And we'll do the auto follow on one of these trains again when it arrives. Lots of people using the subway. Lots of people. Wow, I'm really happy about that. But we'll follow this guy and repoint the camera. Maybe zoom out just a little. Whee! Alright, picking up and dropping off passengers, another busy station. The subway's making me dizzy. Yeah, my sincere apologies. Perfect. Pick up and drop off at all the stops, then we'll hook up, we'll rejig our bus routes so that they all pick up and drop off near subways and represent the new city. But the trains are all full. There's only space for 180. Is there a way that I can upgrade the size of these cars? Because it seems like a lot of the passengers are just left waiting on the platform, which doesn't make for happy passengers or efficient people moving. Well, anyways, we've got full subways and they're moving around, so we'll count that as a success. Maybe it could have been more of a success, but good enough for now. Let's see what effect that has on traffic. Traffic is worse than ever, but maybe we just have a busier city. We could increase the budget for trains. Revolution is saying that'll add more trains on. Let's do that. I love trains. Right, so Metro, number of trains is set by budget. Let's up that to what this normally costs 1,700. We push it to the max. It doesn't 1,800, 1,900. That's quite the increased expenditure. But let's go and watch the trains right now since they're the new hot thing. Okay, let's follow this train again. Apologies again for the nausea-inducing rush through this sort of sepia tone gray landscape. Okay, so passengers is still capacity of 180, but maybe they just run more trains in the tunnels. And they're still, at this time, now that we've increased funding, the trains aren't completely full, which is good because you don't want to leave people behind at the station, but they're nearly full, so we're not wasting money. Alright, the public transit rider in me is happy. We'll cancel that down. Now it's time for some bus routes. We can do a bunch of mini bus routes that just connect the local area to the subway station. That seems reasonable. And, the Tower of High Interest, or whatever that's called, doesn't have a subway. Let's look at density. These guys could use a subway, those guys could use a subway. These guys also need some more death care. Alright, let's put a crematorium in. Let's see, we've got a bunch of death care over here, some over here, but apparently not enough in this area. Maybe we can slide a crematorium in over here. Sure. Alright, so that made people pretty happy. And revolution has help that I need to see. Yes, so we've increased the budget on transportation. Excellent. And let's see. On the health view, everyone's looking pretty happy. But what about the traffic view? Well, doesn't look like we've relieved much traffic here. Alright, so Rain World is awesome, is asking for a description of this game and why isn't it just a SimCity clone. So I didn't play the most recent Maxis EA version of SimCity, but from what I've heard, it was a huge disappointment. For me, the last version of SimCity I played was SimCity 2000, and this seems to have all of the features with, you know, a modern interface, modern graphics. You can zoom in and look at your beautiful city. You can follow people and cars around. You can follow trains around, which if anyone was here for my previous stream, you can tell that I have a bit of obsession with trains. I really enjoyed following them around. But yeah, so it's a city builder. It's a modern city builder, and so far it's been done pretty well. And what happened to our industry? These guys, they just don't have enough people to work their jobs. Okay, so we'll put in a bus route for our industry to deliver people from the subway in the industrial zone to their jobs, and hopefully that'll work things out a little better. So buses. I think we need to, well, we'll pause this because I don't want to upset the citizens, or citizenry. I keep trying to say a word, but I'm not sure if it exists. And if it does exist, I have a major problem saying it. But the citizens of my city, I don't want to upset them by getting rid of their bus routes without replacing them with better bus routes. So let's scrap these bus routes. These bus routes aren't really doing it for us. Let's see now. Cancel this. Bring up the transit tab. Click on a bus. Modify line, delete line. Let's start from scratch. Because these bus routes were made when the city was much smaller, and they're really long and probably really inefficient. Alright, so we've got one bus route left. It runs all over the middle of the city here. Let's get rid of that one too. Alright, so no more buses. People are upset. Citizenry. That doesn't sound quite right to me either. Alright, so we want one bus route coming from this subway station, going through the industrial area, and picking up and dropping people off from their way to work. We want another one for this area, and another one for this area. Then we want a bus that goes we want a bus that feeds into all the subway stations, and then a couple bus lines for when people want to get from one place to the other and for whatever reason think the subway will be slower. So let's start over here with the buses. Bus stop. A bus stop by the subway station. Well, let's get the city view since that looks a lot nicer. Oh, okay, so they insist that we do it in this black and white, or this black and blue map setup. Alright, so let's drop a bus stop right by the subway station. Can I do that? Okay, right over here. Create a new line. We'll grab the top-down view for this. Okay, so there, the start of our line, we want to go pick up people from this area. So, add a bus stop here, a bus stop here, and then so these people are happy now. Let's see, can we leave this area? Apparently not very easily. We'll head over to here and drop a bus stop, say there. And then a bus stop over, say, here. A bus stop here. Stop over, let's see, right over here. It loops back around, complete the line. Now, my only hope is that the buses will run in both directions so that, you know, on your way to work, you can take the short bus, and then on the way back, you don't have to loop around the long way. You can take the shorter route back the other way. But does that mean I have to create two separate bus lines? I think it might. Alright, well, we won't worry about that for now. Let's finish our mini bus routes first, separated by subway line. Citizenry. Alright, that's not so bad. Thanks, guys. Alright, so we want a bus right by the subway, right there. And we're gonna go and drop that another stop right down the block. That's fine, people are lazy. And if we can encourage them to take transit by appealing to their laziness, that works for me. Maybe a stop right here. And this is going to be a really short bus route, but that's fine. Short and efficient. Okay, so there's one line done. And final industrial bus line. In fact, we can have some of the buses join up with each other. Stops nearby. Alright, we'll have a stop over here. And a stop over here. 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 Over here. And over there. Alright, awesome. So we've got decent bus coverage of the industrial area. Probably more stops would be appreciated by these guys, but I think that'll be fine. And now for the residential buses. So buses around the university area, those are definitely going to be popular. Let's see, what do my roads look like here? Looking straight down, we could drop, whoa, that's some strange pathing. Do I have a bunch of weird one-ways here? I guess I do. Or do I? Alright, let's cancel that. Let's have a look at this. Those are not weird one-ways, but for some reason, the bus pathing insisted that we take a loop up there. Weird. Oh, but this? No, this isn't a one-way either. I see the road markings point in both directions. I do like that entrance to the subway. That looks pretty nice. Alright, so buses. bus stop right here. And then, for whatever reason, it really wants me to loop up this way. Maybe one of these is purely a one-way? Ah, yes. No, that goes in both directions. Or I'm just starting the bus route on the wrong side of the road. That's what's going on here. So remove, start the bus route on this side, and then you're going to go and loop into this area. Bus stop here. Bus stop here. Bus stop here. Here. Let's see, where's the nearest subway station? There's not one until over there, so this bus route's going to have to be fairly large. Over here. Over here. And yeah, this is going to be a huge bus route, but I think that's okay. Do these people need better access to transit? Yes, we'll make this into two bus routes that lead to that one university subway station. Whoa, that was a weird routing. Cancel that stop. And bring it back to the origin. Alright, yeah, that's probably good. Okay, complete the line, and then we'll make another line that dips into this region, the Greenwood Park District. And we'll start that one on the other side of the road. Drop a stop here, here, over there, around this way, and then the other homes will be fed by the other subway station and associated bus route. Alright, we'll drop a stop in here somewhere. And then we'll bring this right back to the start. Put a stop in over there. And complete the line. Nice. Alright, so we're getting good bus coverage here. Wait, my main metro line got deleted. How did that happen? Oh no. Did I delete that when I tried to delete one of the buses? Alright, let's go remake the metro line. At least the game was paused. The last thing I want to do is disillusion the population to subways. Complete line. Good, good. So our subway's back up and running. Yeah, when I erased the original bus lines. Rain World is awesome. So again, with comparisons to SimCity, the original space that you have is the same size as the SimCity Limited map, and then you can go and buy, I think, up to 6 or 8 more tiles. So you can have a total of 9 tiles of this size. And so I started out in this area and I bought these 2 adjacent regions, including this highway, and I've been expanding into the one to the left. And by buying the region to the left, I got access to this rail line. Alright, but we're doing the bus planning. Hopefully there's something soothing about dropping routes into the city, because otherwise this particular section is probably pretty boring. But this needs to be done. My people, my citizenry need good bus routes. Alright, so bus routes for these guys. Let's see now. Where's the road? The road's right here. We're gonna go and tilt up and loop back down here. Let's see. Drop a bus stop over here. Here. There. What's the problem here? Is it a one-way street issue? Or just where they're thinking I should add the stop? I suppose we could loop all the way around. There's no bus stop too close by, or there kind of is, but that's okay. Oops, let's cancel that stop. And loop right around. Alright, we'll add one extra stop over here. And then complete the route. Alright, so we've got this residential zone covered. We need to reach into this area. In fact, I probably want a subway down here. But until we have one, we should send a bus route into that. For Fun believes that most of our subway passengers are going from the University Southwestern area, or the university to this southwestern area. So yeah, we could connect them up directly. I don't know if that's actually the case, but it might be. So, alright, so we've laid down a few bus routes. We can unpause this and see what our citizenry has to say for themselves. But let's follow another one of those trains. Or can we follow a particular person? Let's see. I can see the people. There's a dog on the train too. People gesticulating wildly. But what I want to know is where are they going? Alright, let's see if we can follow. Whoa, nice. Let's see if we can follow someone walking onto the train. So this, a highly educated young adult going to work. Let's follow Ashley Harris here. She's on the subway. Going for a ride. Traveling to work. Two stops. This is the third stop. Going to the surface. Okay, so for Ashley Harris, that was a reasonable ride. Now she's at work. Everyone's happy. All right, let's follow someone from the subway station around here. Metro station, yes. All right, let's follow Rosemary Hunter. Resides at the lower residence and works at the incineration plant. All right, underground. Waiting for the subway. Zooming off faster than she ever could in a car. At the Mall of Moderation, zooming off towards the industrial incineration plant. Walking along like a nice pedestrian, crossing the street. Walking to work. Alright, that worked pretty well too. You could be totally right for fun that most of the people are riding it all the way around, but those numbers didn't tell us if the train was unloading completely, unloading halfway, or if most people were staying on it until the end. I think eventually we will make the subway loop around, but for now, let's finish our bus routes, and then we'll go and do something else. By something else, I mean maybe work on the city down here. Okay, so we have bus routes for 1, 2, 3, 4 stations. This station could use an additional bus route to get us over to that high interest tower, and then this guy needs a bus route as well. So let's work on the high interest tower bus line. And I want to catch some people using these bus lines as well, since we have put in some time making these lines. It's making people nice and happy. That's good. And let's see. This bus has to make use of some of our 6-lane highways. And do we want to drop off right in front of the high interest tower? Sure. And then we can probably leave this district. Well, maybe we should drop something in here. Okay, let's cancel that. How easy is it to get into this region? Traffic in my city is a bit of a nightmare. My roads are not really set up for efficient movement. Okay, we'll drop a couple stops in there. Drop a stop there. There's a corpse in that building. It's kind of a weird system, this whole death care mechanic, but that's fine. We'll drop another stop somewhere over here. Rising property values thanks to the buses. That's good. Alright, what do we want to do with this stop? Is that a dead end for us? It kind of is. Alright, so we'll loop back around. Put a stop right by the high interest tower, and then we'll start finishing the bus route off. It's really sort of the worst planned bus route, really. But it should still do the job. People are getting on and off. We're saving them from walking. We'll leave that as is for... Oh, fine, I'll fix it. Let's see. How would we want to fix this? Cancel stops, make all sorts of people angry. They were just getting used to riding the bus forever to get to work. Alright, well, we'll separate this into 3 bus lines. One bus line to serve the high interest tower block, and then another to serve this weird little cul-de-sac that I made for reasons that have now escaped me. This bus does a weird sort of zigzaggy route as well, but it's not quite as inefficient pathing-wise as we had going on over there. So, let's see, we'll bring this over and around and finish the bus route off. Complete line. Alright, and then another bus route that'll service this area and this little place over here. Star of Hope wants us to have bus routes a block or 2 from the edge of the city. So stops serve blocks in all directions instead of just the edge. Fair enough. I love how people are debating whether or not my city is realistic in any way or not. Alright, so we can drag the line to add a stop. Ah, that's a cool way of modifying bus lines. But let's see. I want to serve this region. We'll just serve it out of this this subway station. That'll be fine. Alright, so bus line starting here, heading over this way, drop a bus stop. Whoa, not like that. Drop a bus stop right here. People will just have to cross the street to get there, and then we'll head over this way, go into the block, and then come back out of the block. That should do. Wait, that's really weird pathing. I think people can still walk to it though, so that's fine. We'll leave that horrible zoo or maze, and well, we could visit these guys, and once we actually get the train station running, I guess that'll be an okay bus stop for that. Meanwhile, whoa, is this a one-way? Why do we loop around like this? Okay, That's not great. Let's cancel the line. We'll start the line on this side of the street so that we're not looping around like a maniac. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back out. Ah, looks like to complete the line I have to go all the way to the end. That's definitely a bit of a hazard. What if I started the line over here instead? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Well, let's add a stop. Drag to create a new stop. Let's put a stop in over here. Alright, so at least we go down this 6 lane, but it's for a reason. We're picking up some people from here. That's fine. And one more bus stop. We'll put that right here. And we'll serve all of these communities. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. How do we get into this thing? That's just a park. So 4, 5, 6. Add a stop right here. And then finish the line. Alright, so that's not bad. Most of the city has a bus line within 2 blocks. Except for this area here. That's a bit of a no bus land. Alright, let's do something about that. We can start another bus line right by this subway on this side of the street, and we'll cross over to here. And try and drop a bunch of stops in here. Alright, that's not so bad. Alright, that's good. So people who live here, they don't really have access to a subway anyways, so they can hop on the bus here and drop them off and work over here. Okay, good. So we've got nice, reasonable bus lines upgraded to our new city, and now we can start another city on the other side of the highway. Alright, now did all of that work improve our traffic flow? It really did. I mean, so this east-west 6-lane highway used to be solid red. At least I think it did. It's still not great. There's still traffic jams. No, maybe I'm imagining the improvement. But I am happy we've got public transit. Let's, can we get some nice stats on, oh, line not finished. That's not good. This is, let's see. Which line is not finished here? Okay, we need to finish this bus line. Let's see. What was this line supposed to be doing? Did I just start a line and never do anything with it? Yeah, that's probably what happened. We can just... if I X that off... Alright, there. So that's removed. No consequences. Nothing the matter. The building is burnt down. How's our fire coverage? Fire coverage is good. There's a small dead zone here. I think that's fine. Great. And do we have any crime problems? No, we don't. Alright, so time for the new city. and let's catch up on the chat while I was busy staring at bus routes. I can color the routes differently to distinguish them. And I think I already have free public transport. Oops, that's not what I want. Well, let's save the game over here. And we want policies, which is down here. Yeah, I already have free public transit. So those subways, they're costing me a lot of money, but hopefully keeping people nice and happy. Alright, so what I'm going to do is give the chat two options for our new city. Do we want to have either a full-on highway or a 6-lane that just runs as a U through the middle of the city, giving access to a high-speed corridor from almost everywhere on the map, and then we'll just build stuff out from there? Or do I want... So that seems like a good plan. Or do I want an off-ramp that spits out into a traffic circle or two, and then just a larger network of 4-lane highways that run through the city? So while you're thinking about that, and that's sort of biased, that second idea wasn't very good. I don't know how good the first idea is, but at least it was simple and easy enough for me to describe. The other one just involves a bunch of traffic circle junk. So you guys can think about that while I go and look at what sort of special buildings we can build now. So there's the Statue of Wealth. I could build that out somewhere, maybe in our new city, maybe in the old city. Let's see how people's happiness and property value is doing. Property value down here is really low. For some reason, people here aren't happy. They've got water, they've got power, but are they just too far away from jobs? Yeah, these guys, we need to bring jobs to this industrial area. We have one bus running through here. Does it stop? But it only stops once. Let's add another stop. Not delete line. Let's switch over to the bus option. Okay, so we've added another stop there. There's a stop right there. But I don't think that's going to help with our employment problem. Maybe we just need more residential. And possibly more residential near the industrial area. Okay, where are the highest property values? Right in the center of town here. People would be happy to live here though. I mean, I don't imagine this being too noisy. That's right by the university. Let's build out another block here and we'll make that high residential, high commercial. And yes, Star of Hope, there is something called the space elevator. All of these buildings seem to only unlock this or be required for the space elevator, but I don't actually know where I would have the option to build it. There seem to be wonders. Oh, monuments. The space elevator is probably a monument then, and we need to get to 75,000. I guess we're on our way there. We're more than a third of the way there, but we still have a ways to go. And so that's definitely going to necessitate us dropping something on the other side of the highway here. Okay, but if we need industry, we'll get more jobs going. Star of Hope wants to have a city with no cars, just public transit. And Revolution wants to watch the buses to see how they're operating. We can definitely do that. Is there a way to remove the tweeting bird? There are probably mods that do that. And maybe there's an option somewhere but I think we're gonna have to live with that. Alright, so Revolution is liking the U-shaped road. Chip wants a 6-lane highway, so that's another thing we can discuss. Should it be a 6-lane but not a highway, or something else? And once we grow our population a lot more, we can get some of those crazy wonders like the space elevator. We definitely want to get that. Our workers are mostly overeducated for industrial jobs. That could be the problem. That makes sense. And Chip wants to see a big suburb on the other side of the highway. Okay, so maybe all this industry is shuttered just because our education, our populace, our citizenry is too educated. That word actually isn't so hard. Okay, let's have a look at our education screen. We need more elementary schools. And possibly more high schools. I've been talking about expanding to the other side of the freeway for a long time now, so those of you who have been eagerly anticipating that, my apologies. I always get sidetracked by something or other. Let's drop a school right here. And maybe even a high school. Let's see. What's our high school map looking like? We seem to be doing okay here. We've got, is that 4 high schools? Let's cancel this out. High school. It's close to capacity though. We've got another high school over here. Well, that's just an elementary school. Elementary school. We'll go to the high schools tab. That's what we want. This guy. Okay, so we're just at capacity. So we need another elementary school. Has this thing been built out? This thing is up and running. Okay, so we need 1 more elementary school and 1 more high school. We can drop an elementary school over by this community. Let's see, do they have space for an elementary school somewhere? Maybe right by the cemetery? Or right underneath the railway tracks. No, we'll just drop another elementary school here since it seems like the demand here is not being met. It does seem weird to double up on the elementary schools. Maybe we'll drop one right here. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Alright, so right beside the crematorium. Maybe not. Too much ash isn't good for young minds. And we'll need a high school. Which, well, we need one over to the south. All of them are clustered over there. Let's drop one over by the university. Maybe right on the 6-lane. Sure, let's do that. And we'll also go and build out a whole bunch of residential around here. We'll make some nice tree-lined 2-lane streets. Too steep. Alright, so that's good. Let's go out to here. Over this way. Oh, my legs are falling asleep. And my cat is hungry. Alright, so we'll put that like this. That's actually not very pretty. We'll drop some parks in the center. And we'll build a curving road out from here. And we'll put some parks in the center there, or if not, then some trees. That's probably getting a little too close to the industrial area. We'll have a little dead zone right here, but I think that's fine. Alright, so we'll start switching over to more office jobs then, since our citizens, we had that. Our citizens, I hope you're finding this entertaining and not annoying. I'm finding this quite annoying. Our citizenry is highly educated, so we're gonna have to transition away from the industrial jobs. In fact, some of these guys need to be rezoned. We'll probably go and rezone these guys here since they're right by the university. It does seem... Alright, so these guys that currently are abandoned, we'll rezone the whole lot of them. Pause that. Dezone this entire block. Let's see, how am I going to best do that? Alright, so that's dezoned. And I don't want to dezone everything because, you know, these people worked hard to build up their businesses and there's no reason for the government to just come in and say, you know, we're not really into your blue-collar jobs anymore. But that's exactly what's happening. We'll just convert some of the outskirts of town to office jobs. Office zone. This is now an office zone. We'll just paint it in with this painting tool. And get rid of that. Paint this in. And paint that in. Alright, so there go those companies, there goes a lot of money. We probably have to pay them to get them to pack up and leave. But we should connect that up with the residential area now. Like that. And we could definitely get some more office jobs going here. Alright, so we can have some dead space there, but I do want to drop a park. And we will get around to following a couple of those buses around to see if that's if our buses are working efficiently. But I want to get this area done first. Let's check the water piping. Ooh, and we do need to get some more death care going. Space already occupied. Oh, what am I trying to build out here that's causing a problem? Space already occupied. What are they trying to tell me? Well, that the space is already occupied, but what does that even mean? Alright, well, we'll pump the pipes out like that instead. And I want a park in here, and then residential and commercial. Alright, do we have some fancier parks? Plaza with picnic tables. That seems nice for the high school and university area. We'll put in a dirt path again. Or a dirt road. Right off here. And over through the back. Okay, and I do want to park in there. Let's see, what's the smallest park I have? That's kind of a huge park. Okay, fine, we'll just put the park over here. And we'll zone... Well, these people really needed some parks. Alright, these people aren't too happy. These people could use another park. Small playground right by the elementary school. That seems very fitting. And I think we need to get the death care under control first. Alright, so we'll finish zoning that area, but first, death care. We are at capacity at the crematorium. All our cemeteries are full. Alright, well, we can put a cemetery in here while we're still designing this community. And I would like just the normal view, please. But for some reason they don't want to give that to me. Okay, let's put the cemetery in somewhere in the middle here. Let's draw out another road. Tree-lined avenue. Maybe somewhere where it's kind of polluted and most other businesses wouldn't want to run anyways. Let's see, is there space for a cemetery here now? Alright, good. That's nice. And we'll need another crematorium. So something over here. Right by the metro station. I think we've got a theme going. Maybe over here is fine. Alright, so that's making people nice and happy. We've got capacity on our death care again. Good. Okay, so let's finish the zoning. High density. Well, if we're gonna make this high density, then well, let's do some low density over by the school. And we'll surround it by high density, that's fine. And we can put in a little convenience store or something like that, right by the high school. Maybe here too. We've got the park. And do I want a road connecting this up? Yeah, probably. Let's grab another tree-lined street. Go through here, and over to here. Alright, so we need more commercial. We'll go high density commercial. And then we can go and build out some more office space, some more residential. Okay, we're gonna put a bunch of offices in over here. Who wouldn't want to work beside a cemetery? You could go for nice walks to your lunch break. Yeah, a whole office park separating the residential from the heavy industry. It is a shame that we're having trouble finding workers though, and I really can't bring myself to purposely deprive citizens of elementary school education just so they can go work in the factories. That doesn't seem quite right to my sensibilities. Alright, let's do some high residential here. And with all of this growth, we probably need a subway in this region soon. Alright, so we've got the park here. Definitely gonna want the high residential beside that. And we'll put in some high commercial. Alright, so that's nice. We filled in another good chunk of our city. That actually looks really nice. I don't know if we need to make free education. Let's see, what's our education priority at? We could do an education boost. I don't know if we need to go that far. But it's certainly something to consider. Alright, still lots of abandoned buildings. We could keep converting the stuff down here to offices. But we finished that area, and we did promise we were going to follow some buses around, so let's see. We got a bus right here. Oops, no, don't cancel.